Hi guys, Robbo46 here, and today I'm going to be bringing you the race results and analysis from yesterday's MotoGP race at Misano. It all pretty much started on Friday. When it was wet, it was really weird. Results at the end of free practice. The Ducati of Dovizioso on top. When it came to qualifying, it kind of went back to how it should have been, and it was Lorenzo who managed to get pole. I know he won there last year. It's good for him to get pole. Andrea Iannone, home race for him. Great to see him on the front row. Valentino Rossi, his first front row, God knows how long, and he's been going quick pretty much all weekend apart from the Friday. Marc Marquez and Danny Pedrosa 4th and 5th respectively. Struggling a little bit with grip, but you know it's still sharp. Every second row, races have been won from the second row. But yeah, it's set itself up to be a good race, and come race day, warm-up practice, Valentino Rossi was quickest in warm-up, to all the fans' delight, and I think everyone was kind of starting to look at Rossi because he changed his style a bit from Misano, and he'll probably stick for the rest of the year. He's looked a lot more aggressive on the Yamaha, a lot more like his old self. He used to be really aggressive when he was on the Honda, but yeah, he's looking aggressive but not out of control. He's been looking comfortable on the bike all weekend. So anyway, off the line, it was Lorenzo from pole. Just point out at this stage that Lorenzo was the only person who opted to go for the hard front tyre. The rest of the factory bike were the medium tyres, front tyres, front and rear. Lorenzo being the only one on a hard front and soft rear. So Lorenzo got the whole shot off the line. Marquez, he got a decent start. He managed to go around the outside of a few people, which put him on the inside for the second corner, and then Rossi got off the line pretty good as well. And it was Yamaha 1-2. It's something we haven't seen for well, a long time. Lorenzo, Rossi, Marquez did manage to get through into third. Pedrosa struggled off the line. He went back into about 7th or 8th. But yeah, Lorenzo doing what he always tries to do. Went off really quickly. Tried to clear off but couldn't do it. Rossi and Marquez were following close behind. All three of them looking really good. Lorenzo did manage to get about, I think it's about 0.3 of a second lead, and it looked like he was about to slowly start pulling away. And then Marquez mounted an attack on Valentino Rossi and got into second place, and then I kind of thought maybe Marquez is just going to do what he usually does and then catch up to Lorenzo, and then that's it. That would be the race. But no, Rossi doing what he said people have to do to Marquez, is fight back straight away. Got excellent drive out of one of the corners, and he didn't even really use the slipstream. He just got that much better drive. He just blasted past Marquez, and for probably the first time we've seen this season, outbraked Marquez. We know how good Marquez is on the brakes. We know how good Valentino Rossi is on the brakes, but Marquez has outbraked Rossi loads this year. But now the shoes on the other foot. Rossi outbraked Marquez, pulled them both back up to the back of Lorenzo. Then next couple of laps, Marquez tried to do exactly the same, got back past in front of Rossi, but Rossi wasn't having any of it. He again got back past Marquez by outbraking him, and then they both managed to catch up to Lorenzo. Rossi went through, and then Marquez shortly followed, and thought it was going to be a race-long battle. Marquez started to struggle to keep up with Rossi. Rossi got up to about like 3 to 4 tenths of the second lead. You could tell that Marquez was starting to struggle. The gap was slowly starting to open up, and Marquez made a mistake. He going around one of the corners. We know he likes to get a lot of the inside curb. He'd done that, but he hit the paint which connects the curb to the tarmac, and there's about an inch gap there, and he hit that, lost the front, and it's quite weird to see because it kind of looked like, well, just watching it, because he dug in so deep to try and save it, it just basically looked like he was drifting sideways, but then eventually the rear came round. Hats off to him for keeping on so long, trying to save that. Dug his shoulder in, but it just wasn't to be, and it did take him a long time to get the bikes going again. He did eventually get it going, but he was down in 20th. Yeah, he was only, he must have been 3/4 of a lap down. So he did set off again, but his pace to begin with wasn't that great. It was 0.7 of a second slower than Valentino Rossi, who was in the lead. And Rossi had opened up a 2.3 second gap over Lorenzo, and it fluctuated for the next few laps, around 2.3 and 2.2. When it went down, I kind of thought maybe Lorenzo's hard front tyre was going to come into its own towards the end of the race, because Marquez crashed out with 19 laps to go, so still a long way to go in the race. And I thought, well, if Lorenzo could just take a tenth here and a tenth there, then he could soon catch up to Rossi. But that didn't happen. It fluctuated around, like I said, 2.2, 2.3 for quite a while, and then started slowly creeping up to 2.5 seconds, up to 2.8. But meanwhile, back down in the field, unfortunate for Stefan Bradl, he unfortunately crashed out of the race, which isn't good for him. He crashed quite near the start, so really not good for him. Crutchlow was fighting with Bautista for quite a while. He did get past him, but then he made a mistake. He braked too late. He almost locked the front of his bike up, had to take to the gravel and then get back onto the track. Danny Pedrosa, he was working his way through the field as well. He had to fight with the likes of Paul Espargaro, Andrea Iannone and Dovizioso, the two Ducatis. He did eventually get the better of both of them, and with Marquez being so far down, managed to get himself up to third. It was a battle between Iannone and Dovizioso for top Ducati honours. That eventually went to Dovizioso. Iannone just started to slow on the pace. Daniele Petrucci, he had to pull in. Mike DeMeglio, he crashed on the first lap. And Alicia Spargaro, he was quite high up. He was fighting with, he was in front of Bautista, so he would have been 8th at the time. He was behind Bautista and Crutchlow, but did catch him and overtook both of them. But on the last lap, he drew it away and crashed out of the race. So there were 4 non-finishers in the race. not a lot really happened after Marquez crashed out. But between Rossi and Lorenzo anyway, the gap just kind of fluctuated and then slowly went up. But yeah, not a lot really happened. It was kind of set in stone from then on. But me being a massive Rossi fan, I still enjoyed watching it. And it was just so good to see Rossi win another race, especially at his home circuit. He had a special helmet on with all the handprints of his team. Basically, the in-joke there is everyone giving him a hand. We also had the paw prints of his dog and the lip prints of his girlfriend and his mum. So yeah, that was the in-joke of his helmet. Is everyone giving him a hand at home? But it was such great to see Rossi riding like we know he can. I mean, he's not been slow all this year. He's been really good. Really fast, really consistent, and just to see him on that kind of form again is awesome to watch. I mean, a lot of people will be saying, oh, he didn't really have a fight with Marquez. He did for a few laps, but I think personally, I'm not trying to be biased because I am a huge Rossi fan, but I think Rossi had the pace of the day. He was slowly pulling away from Marquez, and Marquez was starting to struggle to stay with him, hence the mistake, trying to stay with Rossi. So, you know, Marquez has beaten Rossi at loads of places over the past 2 years, but I think this time Rossi did have him beaten fair and square, whether he stayed on or not. At the end of the day, Marquez made the mistake to crash down. There's been loads of riders out there racing with Marquez and done the same. Marquez has gone on to win, so I think on the day Rossi was quicker than Marquez, and I think he still would have won with Marquez still on his bike, and if he hadn't crashed, we just might have been in for more of a battle. But anyway, so the final results were Rossi finished first. Great to see him win. The crowd went mental, as you would expect, being at home. And the fact that the circuit has been named after Marco Simoncelli, one of Rossi's really good friends, a great racer as well. So I think it had quite a lot of emotional value to it as well, winning there. But yeah, Lorenzo ended up in second. It was good for him. He didn't really seem that happy about it, but I think he was happy with the part of the fact that Rossi had won. And Rossi had also become the first ever rider in the Premier class to exceed 5,000 points scored in his career. Danny Pedrosa third, did not look happy at all with third. I think he should have been a lot happier than what he was. I know he didn't win, but let's face it, if Marquez hadn't crashed, then he wouldn't have even been on the podium. So I think he should have been a bit happier than what he was. He hadn't had any pace really throughout the whole weekend. So I reckon if someone had said to him on Friday, after all the problems and that, or even after qualifying, you're going to finish third, I think he would have taken that. So I think he should have been a bit more happy. But you know, it's Pedrosa, he doesn't really do emotion. But yeah, he ended up third. Dovizioso was the best Ducati. He got fourth, good for him. Andrea Iannone in fifth. Paul Spagro, good result for him in sixth. And Bradley Smith, decent result for him in seventh, not quite beating his teammate. But at least he's staying on the bike. Alvaro Bautista's same as well, a decent result for him in eighth. He stayed on the bike and beat Crutchlow, who came home in ninth despite having an off-track excursion. Yoni Hernandez, top 10 for him on the 2013 Ducati, so good job for him. He'd been showing some decent pace on weekends, to be fair. It's a good job by Yoni. Cara Abraham actually turned out to be the top open class bike, excluding the open factory Ducati. He was 11th after Alicia Spagro crashed out, so he got to go into Parc Ferme. Hiroshi Ayama was 12th. Scott Redden, 13th. Not too bad. A bit disappointed. He was disappointed as well. Not to finish a bit higher up. I knew that. Bautista was disappointed as well, but his points on the table. Alex De Angelis got 14. Got the points at his home race. Not a lot you can really say about that. Marc Marquez did manage to get the last point going in 15th. He managed to make it 5 places, well 4 really, and then Espargaro crashing out. So he got the last point. He did get Link the last lap. Managed to get the last point, but the early on Camilla 16th, just missed out on the points. So unlucky for him. Michael Laverty 17th, Brock Parks 18th. The last classified was Hector Barbera in 19th. So Hector Barbera possibly being on the Ducati next race. We might start seeing him a bit further up. But anyway, guys, that's the results and the analysis from me. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope for the people that are unfortunate and don't get to see the races live, I hope this gives you all the information you need. Like I said, after Marquez crashed, nothing really happened between the front two, apart from the gap going up slightly. But not a lot really happened in the race, to be honest. There were a few passes and that, but not one of the most exciting races that we've had this year, but still really good to watch. I still really enjoyed watching it, even though not a lot happened, just because I think even if you're not a Rossi fan, it's like the guys at BT Sport were saying, when Rossi wins, it kind of feels like everyone wins, because just the vibe and the atmosphere, like the whole crowd doing a track invasion, and the amount of people that were there just showing their support for Rossi and the sport, it's unbelievable. So even if you're not a Rossi fan, it was still great to watch. But being a Rossi fan, it's unbelievable to watch. So yeah, that's it from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, rev the nuts off that like button, and subscribe to my channel for more MotoGP and MotoGP 14 stuff. I shall see you guys in the next video. See you!